Hey there, my name is Ryan Salmon, and today I'm going to be talking to you about effective communication. Did you know that effective communication can increase a team's performance by up to 25%? In today's presentation, I'll be covering a few different communication tools and different aspects in the way that we can look at communication when working with our team. I'd like to remind you that communication is also about your tone, your body language, and your eye contact. It's also a time of learning and learning which style of communication works best for your team. I'd like to provide you with a little example of a way that a manager could effectively communicate with their team. Starting with when you may be behind on a task or project. By sending an email out to your team that says, we are behind due to poor scheduling, this is unacceptable and we need to do better. That will not come across effective to your team. Instead, you could schedule a team meeting, either virtual or in person, and start with something saying, I've noticed we're a little bit behind schedule. Let's pinpoint where the bottlenecks are together and discuss how we can overcome them. I'm here to help and here to help everyone succeed. As we get started today, I would like to share a quote with you from Nat Turner. And the quote goes, "Good communication is the bridge between confusion and clarity." And this quote is so true when working in our teams and groups in order to get effective communication and getting the right results from them. As I shared with you earlier, communication is a skill that's always being learned and can always be improved upon. I'd like to share with you a personal example that happened when I first started running our family's event venue. I've learned a lot throughout the years that I've managed the venue, and at the very top of that list is communication. It truly makes a difference. Typically, after a 14-hour day at the venue, I will turn the final parts of the evening over to our cleanup crew. That consists of one lead and two helpers. This particular night, I knew that we had people coming in the following Tuesday to buff and shine the floors for the next weekend's event. Upon leaving the venue, I asked the lead to please make sure they put up all the tables. When I said put up the tables, what I meant was please put the tables in the storage room up and off the floor. What the lead heard was put up the tables. They thought that I wanted all of the tables put up, as in put out and ready to go for the next event. So much to my surprise, on Tuesday when I got a phone call from the people coming to buff the floors, they were wondering why everything was still out. This is when I called and asked the team lead as to why the tables were still up and realized there had been an error in communication. And from this, we learned how we can communicate better, and now we have different words for putting up versus putting out. Some good quality traits of a good communicator start with being a good listener. Communication is a two-way street, and you want to make sure that you are listening and actively listening to what those around you may be needing. Be concise. You want to make sure that you're delivering direct, clear, and empathetic directions to those listening to you. You want to make sure that you're confident when you're delivering these messages. Not cocky, but also not unsure. You want to make sure that you're confident and make sure you know what you're talking about when you're asking people to do things. This one goes without being said, but you want to make sure that you're friendly and polite when you're talking to those working with you. Another thing that you want to make sure of is that you're being observant. You're paying attention to those body languages and those tones when you're talking to those around you. And finally, you want to make sure that you're appreciative. You want to show appreciation to those working for you and that are helping you out during this time. As I conclude this presentation, I would like to challenge each of you to look at your communication style and habits, assess them, and then explore opportunities that may benefit those working around you. Do this, and I guarantee that you will find yourself with happier employees and even better results in their work. I thank you for your time today as I shared with you some effective communication styles.